Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Laura with Stitchin with Laura. How's everybody doing? I hope everyone is having a great Monday. I hope you all had a great weekend. Well, today as you can see I am starting the silk one and it's called Flower Street. And I'll be starting up here in this corner, so to speak. And the color that I'm using is 436, and I've already prepped all of my threads with my wax. It's washable wax, I guess. I ran it through there just once because I think it just dulls it down and kind of doesn't cheer you on because this is such a thing. I don't know what to say, but here we go. We'll try. So, I hope you did something fun this weekend. About the most fun I had all weekend was watching the Super Bowl. But, that was about it. Oh, I went to the grocery store a couple times, if you call that fun. Trying to get everybody in the picture here. But I went and got the extra stuff I needed to make nachos. I already had most of it. I just needed to pick up some sour cream and guacamole and something else. Oh, I had to pick up cat litter. Isn't that exciting? So I was in and out really, really fast. So, yeah. And then I came home and made the hamburger and got that all done and sat down to eat right when the game started so I wouldn't have to get up. Oh, that was kind of a long game. Oh my goodness. Did y'all watch the Super Bowl or not watch the Super Bowl, or you just weren't interested? I was about not interested about the end of the first quarter, but they finally got it together. Hang on, I'm trying to get you centered if I can. So, yeah. But that's about all I did yesterday. I just didn't feel like doing much. I worked on my big Chinese one, and I worked on the one with the, that's 14 count with the pink, call it pink buildings. I don't know that they're houses or not houses or what they actually were. We'll just call them the pink buildings. And I can't remember who I got that from. Can't even begin to tell you. It's written on the back of the bag, but that's about as far as that went. Trying to kind of unwind it a bit there. It gets turned together. I've noticed that with this thread. But yeah, that's about all I stitched on all weekend. I did put a couple threads into my the silk cats, you know, the fortune cats. So, watched a little YouTube. Back to watching Outlander, because I only had watched it through once, and I thought maybe I'd missed something, or you just never can tell. Never can tell. This thing is so big, it's folded 2 or 3 times, rolled up all the way from the edge. It is a 82 by 62. So it's quite wide, but I wanted to try to contain some of it if I could. Yeah. So we'll see how this week goes. I have no idea how busy it's going to be at work. You know, they got a lot of snow in the mountains this weekend, I think. So that's a good thing for the ski, you know, on our side of the mountains, where the mountains are, and the ski resorts that are close to here. But, so I don't know if, now next week, think my daughter said, didn't she say that for next week? The kids get a 4-day weekend. They get Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday next week. And then Monday is a national holiday, I believe. I'll call it President's Day I'm not sure what it's actually really called. But I think that's a federal holiday. So, we will see. You see how that edge is folded down that I was talking to you about this morning? It was so big when I was measuring that I could barely get it to be where it needed to be. And, you know, so I could measure it properly. Okay, seriously. There we go. So, who knows? Get through February and see how it goes. It seems like 100 years since Christmas, and then on the other hand, it feels like Christmas was just yesterday, so I don't know. I was trying to pull that thread down. It was acting weird. Ouch. I hate it when I get to the end and then it starts wanting to jump out of the needle. So you gotta really keep a death grip on this stuff. I have no idea how long my patience will last with working on this silk thread. For now, I just do it in spurts. You know? It's not like my big Chinese one. I can just sit there for hours and hours. I did that for 2 hours yesterday. Just sitting in my rocking chair and listening to some music and stitched away. And then I had to get up and start moving because I had to take out trash and go to the grocery store and want to be back by 4:30. So, and I really didn't get an honest answer on what time the game was going to start, so I had it on about an hour and a half before it actually started. What in the heck is that? Okay. I couldn't tell what the symbol was. That was just too weird. And those are all different. So I guess I gotta get rid of this thread. You really gotta look close. They love putting 2 or 3 symbols with the same color all in the same dang place. It just drives me batty. I mean, come on, guys. There's a rainbow out there, and I know you can make, like, different shades of colors. Come on. Get it together. Y'all are being lazy. Whoops. I do put a knot in the end of this just so it'll stay put, because somehow I just don't trust it. And it seems to work for me. In the long run, nobody's really going to care about your back. And if they did, well, that's on them. I'm done. I don't care anymore. This is really thick, ouch, thick material. But it crunched up really nice, so it didn't like spring right back from where you started like it was made a permanent press. Holy cow. Some of that material is so weird and so different. It takes a hot moment for it to get crunched. And I like to be able to hang on to it, sorry, you know, in my hand. That's why I started in one of the corners. I was going to start at the bottom, but the color that I was going to start with only had a little itty bitty space, so that's why we're up here. I figured this would last for a bit. That is, if I could just stitch, I'm telling you. So I didn't stitch on a whole lot of different things this weekend, like some days. So sometimes I do that, and others, I just leave me with one. We're good. I'll just stitch on it. I hope you can all see that. So what we're doing is the stones and in between things. I thought this would be a good place to start. I don't know, I'm kind of weird about how I start the silk one. On that big Chinese one, I was kind of all over the place until I settled down and just stitched in one area. But with this, I like to keep it tight, so when I finish this thread and gone as far as I can go with the ones that I have out, then I'll go, say, to this purple, and I'll stitch it in all the places, and then I'll stitch the yellow. So I'm trying to kind of complete an area, because it gets really weird for me. It just is hard to, like, if you just left that and you stitched everything around it, it gets weird. It's hard to stitch, and it doesn't want to lay down right. So, and I don't know what we got going here. Crap. Hang on, guys. Alright, I had to undo that a little bit. I went through the thread, and then it wouldn't lay down right. So, you see what I mean? This is a little more finicky than cotton thread. But I found it's better to stitch with this thread if you run it just once through the wax. You know, make sure you get it really good. And it seems to hold just fine. It's not as jumpy as that, we'll call it silk thread, that I got with Yin and Yang. What was that, 3 years ago? It was like bouncy, but I don't know, I think I had that thread magic then, because they were talking about using that for counted cross stitch. And I thought, oh, I'll try it. Yeah, well, I didn't know that they had this stuff. This is far better. That thread magic is like putting your thread through chapstick or lip gloss. It's real lightweight. I understand why it needs to be a lightweight, but yeah, this gives it more body. Oh, come on. To the thread. So it makes it a lot easier to stitch with. If I'd stop poking my fingers. My goodness gracious. Yeah, that's what happens when I work on that 14 count. Without a thimble, but you know, we don't have any thimbles. Just kidding. Yeah, I can't be smart enough to get one before I start it and end up having a sore finger. So, yeah, it's awesome. You'd think after all the years that I've done this, you could be ahead of all that, but evidently not. Will you please? What in the heck? See, now it's being weird. We're just going to do this. Give it a little extra something something at the end because it's starting to get, holy cow, frayed on the end. Yeah, and you wonder I only do this in spurts. So no grand plans for this week, I don't think, that I can think of. Daughter didn't say she needed or wanted to go to Walmart this week, so who knows. Maybe we'll go out to lunch again and go to the thrift stores this time. Or go to McDonald's, you know, those big high-class places. Or spendy places. Not. I tried to get her to go to our favorite restaurant last week, but she didn't want to, so I said, okay, how about pizza? She said, okay. She's pretty, you know, easy. So, it's getting kind of spendy to go out to lunch these days, so we gotta pick and choose carefully. Come on, we can make it. I know we can make it. I know it. Oh man, just one more, guys. Just one more. Oh my goodness, hold your breath, hold your breath. Yay, we got it. And when you wash all these, all the, we'll call it wax, will come out because it's washable. So I've been told. I haven't finished anything in silk, so I don't know that firsthand. Alright guys, I know, that wasn't very much. It just seemed like it was. Thank you for joining me today. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. And please hit the bell. That way you'll know when my next video comes out. Stay safe, stay healthy. We'll see you next time. God bless. Bye-bye. Keep stitching.